very powerful.
Okay, so we had Rachel Janssen serving to Hannah Blatt there. Rachel Janssen's playing with Chrissie Hintz. Samantha Parker in the red there with the good deep return. And now she's pretty young, isn't she?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what her age is, but I think she's around 25, mid to younger 20s.
Gotcha. Yeah, sort of somebody who's been emerging on the scene recently and playing quite well. Had that very good singles run, as you mentioned. Good looking forehand there.
Oh, there's that great 2E drop to the cross court, and had an opportunity to put it away, and unfortunately just a little late.
1-0-1.
Don't see too many two-handed backhand slice dinks like we're seeing there from Chrissie.
Oh, that's a new one for me.
Third shot lob like that. Ooh, that barely goes along. Yeah, that's that two-handed backhand slice is something a little bit different there.
2-0-2, 2-0-1.
Backhand roll there from Samantha. It's a shot that I feel is underutilized in the women's game. A lot of them with very strong two-handed backhands, but that extra reach for one-handed backhand is huge in a situation like that where you're trying to keep your opponents back.
Take time away from them in the midcourt.
0-2-2.
Hannah with a good look there, but not able to put it in the court.
2-0-2.
Samantha setting her up very well and setting herself up very well.
There's that one-handed flick again.
And now I would have liked, now if beggars can't be choosers, but I would have loved to have seen a tomahawk there, just saying.
You are the king of the tomahawk right now.
1-2-2.
Nobody else has bought in. Standing on an island of my own.
Point.
2-2. Samantha and Hannah close the gap down.
Point.
See why she made that nice singles run. That forehand is very, as Matt Wright would say, aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, great technical form, very strong, a lot of topspin. Great serve, short return, couldn't take advantage. Like the aggression though.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the paddles out there.
Yeah, Samantha,
you are the paddle nerd, bro.
I am. Samantha Parker is playing with a Thrive paddle. Looks like she's using a raw carbon fiber peel ply paddle. A little bit.
What does peel ply mean for the viewers at home and me?
So peel ply is a great overhead. Peel ply is the texture that you feel on top of the paddle. It's actually a resin that is cured on top. There's a sheet that has a texture that is covered, and the resin matches that texture. And so when you touch a raw carbon fiber paddle, that's what you're feeling. You're feeling the peel ply on top of the paddle.
Okay, gotcha.
Great 2E dink to set up a pop-up. So Samantha Parker, like I said, playing with a Thrive paddle. We've got Blatt with the carbon 12 mil, very thin, low swing weight, very poppy paddle.
What generation is that carbon paddle, would you say?
That is a Gen 2 thermoform paddle.
Okay, so those are pretty poppy, but not quite what we have in Gen 3s for the most part.
So those don't, the Gen 2s are just a heat pressed paddle with foam border around the edge, but they do not use any foam to enhance the core, which is what we see with the Gen 3 3S, Yola 3S paddles, or something like the Gearbox with a foam core.
Gotcha. All right, now take us through those Selkirks. Those are those are newly, are those even available yet?
Newly released, I believe they have been released to the public. They're the Vanguard Pro from Selkirk, another raw carbon fiber peel ply, but it's a little bit different top sheet. It's got the 12K carbon fiber, which that 12K number is just referring to the layup and pattern on that paddle. So you see it with a more
very nice
checkered
backhand
board.
roll again there.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do they get that checkered like look on that paddle?
It's just the layup, the weave of the carbon fiber. So it's just a different weave.
5-2-2.
Does that do anything?
They feel a little bit different, but it's more, personally, I've found it to be more aesthetic.
Okay. Does look kind of cool.
It does. But these paddles are Gen 1, so that referring to not a heat pressed paddle, it's a cold pressed paddle with no foam, which will make a little bit smaller sweet spot, but they're also more control oriented paddles. They're not extremely poppy, a little bit easier to control in the midcourt.
Yeah, I think Selkirk likes that sort of avenue there, and we have an interesting attack there from Rachel. I do think she might have gotten away with that if she was able to clear the net. I don't know if anybody on the court saw that little inside-out misdirect coming. That one kisses the net and goes over.
Almost a great drop out of Samantha.
All right, so we got Chrissie Hintz serving at 3-5.
3-5-2.
Nice fifth there from the team of Janssen and Hintz.
4-5-2.
They're in this. Seems to me like Samantha's really sort of dictating this entire match, right? I think Janssen and Hintz might want to avoid her for the time being. She's really creating on all the wings, whether it's her third shot drive, backhand dink, backhand roll, and then on cue, Hannah creates for herself there.
Great speed up out of Hannah there and a great put away.
6-4-1.
I agree. Samantha's really been dictating this match, and she's really been the difference maker. That two-y and that cross-court dink, she's been developing points really well and giving herself a lot of opportunity there with another speed up.
Yeah, I think they'd be wise to target that two-handed sort of cut shot, whether that's on the dink or on the speed ups. Just can't get too much offense going with that with the two-handed cut dink. There might be a reason why we don't see it too often.
A great reach in from Hannah. Got an 8-4 lead for Blatt and Parker here. What do Janssen and Hintz need to do to bring themselves back into this match?
Keep away from Samantha a little bit more. Samantha hardly missed and is playing strong offense. And a great bail out there too.
Ill-advised lob, and Samantha really bailed her partner out there. Great dig.
It's just such a tough spot too. There's no reason for Rachel Janssen to be expecting a cross-court defense over the high part of the net. Like, she has every right to be covering the middle in that position. Such a good drive and crash there.
Another amazing forehand. Yeah, Samantha's really been the difference maker in this match. 10-4 lead.
Hannah's had a couple of opportunities to poach and finally had one where she was able to finish the point there. Yeah, we gotta stay away from that pattern there with the thirds. You gotta do whatever you can, I think.
Not much.
Game 2, timeout 0-0-2.
All right, start of game 2 here. Hannah Blatt serving. There we go. They made the adjustment. Returned Hannah. Good stab there. And Samantha takes over, but that is a better pattern for them.
I do like that return spot, but they just had great defense in the midcourt, and again, Samantha with a big forehand in the middle.
mid-point and an awesome finish. Samantha is just on fire.
Amazing defense out of Parker and Blatt to get back into that point. They were behind and they really grinded it out. Samantha's backhand to get them back in.
It's an awkward spot right there. I don't think Hannah was expecting something at that position. And
the low chicken wing.
And that's a first miss, I think, from Samantha. She's laughing about it. Overhead catches at the top of the paddle.
Conditions are getting a little tough. You know, the sun's going down now. We're getting some shadows on the court. It's getting spotty. And Samantha's looking into the sun when she jumps in the air.
Interesting speed up there from Hannah at the beginning of that one, and then it almost got away with it. That's a interesting strategy. You know, when somebody's speeding up at you, you generally have a sense of how hard they're going to hit it. You throw them a changeup every once in a while. That does make it difficult. It's good putaways there. I'm just very impressed with Samantha, doing a very good job of coming over, reaching in, speeding up with forehands and backhands out of the air. She does seem to play closer to the line than most of the women's tour, and is looking to reach into the kitchen, where most of the other women on tour at the top level are playing a little bit off of the line, aren't utilizing that one-handed backhand flick, and so I think that's going to be huge for her as her career develops. It's
Yeah,
a
I
weapon.
agree.
It's an underutilized weapon on the women's tour.
Yeah, you rarely see a one-handed flick or roll out of the air from the women's game, but I'm really liking that from Samantha Parker here. There's that great two-E again.
Interesting lob there again. She beats the person in front of her, but Rachel was there to cover with the backhand.
It's a great spot, though, going over your cross-court opponent's left shoulder with a lob. It's an awkward overhead to hit.
It's a nice counter there from Rachel as well. Not a ton that Samantha can do. Tough because Hannah took that ball cross-court on the drive.
Not the greatest drive we've seen out of Hannah.
Good setup again from Samantha. I would like to see Hannah completely commit to that, to being up there. I mean, Samantha's hit every single one of her drives so well. There's no reason to wait, and I would say just get all the way up there.
Get to the line.
As soon as I see Samantha swinging, I am bolting all the way up to the line, the way that she's hitting them right now.
I agree. There's no reason not to just run up to the line every single drive.
2-3-2.
Deep serve there. And a good 1-2.
Awkward spot down at the feet, created a pop-up, and easy put away for Samantha. Really seems like Samantha's been able to overpower these two with her forehand.
Forehand, backhand, kitchen.
Great digs.
She kind of she's reminding me a lot of how Anna Bright looked when she was first coming into the sport. Very, very similar strokes, actually, both on the forehand and backhand wing, with the addition of that one-handed backhand flick.
Oh, and another great drive, but unfortunately just wasn't quite in position for that poach.
Samantha Parker, the next Anna Bright.
Could be.
That's a good ball. All right, I'm calling it. Samantha Parker, next Anna Bright.
I'd like to see that.
She's playing great.
She is. She has not made many unforced errors.
Toughness there from Chrissie. They haven't had a ton of dinking rallies recently, so Easy to get slightly out of rhythm there.
A little confusion in the middle.
That's a tough ball there.
Janssen and Hintz still doing a great job at keeping them back and not letting them create too. And we're seeing a little bit more speed out of it. It's going to be tougher to control.
Okay, lob is a strategy now.
Nice drop out of Hannah. Interesting choice. Samantha and Hannah decided not to unwind the stack there.
Yeah, these guys haven't really been putting on a ton of pressure with the drive, but you know, they've stagnated for a couple points in a row, give them a different look. Yeah, they're having a hard time putting points on the scoreboard now. Those early points from Samantha driving and Hannah crashing are just not going their way anymore.
Yeah, they've been struggling to reach the kitchen recently.
And that's not gonna help.
Little ill-advised aggression out of Hannah. Let's see if Janssen and Hintz can go on a bit of a run.
I definitely like a drive when they're unwinding the stack. I don't think it was anything wrong strategically there, just execution.
Unfortunately, 2 unforced errors out of Chrissie.
5-5, they're gonna get another good look at it. It's a great drop there. Very nice speed up. Caught Hannah on her. She was sitting backhand, which I don't disagree with from that position. I feel like these guys should stay in these positions. That little two-hander, I mean, Hannah was not in a good position to.
I was gonna say
that.
I don't mind that attack. It was just not quite executed properly, but it was the right choice.
It does seem like they're doing a much better job of what a get. It's gonna be tough to deal with. Oh, nice. because she's so close to the net that if you were to take your normal swing, you would actually clock the net with your paddle, and that's a loss of a point, of course.
I can tell you right now, I have personally missed that shot many times.
I believe that. And these guys are stacking again with Rachel on the right. I'm not a huge fan of that. Rachel was doing really good pulling the ball off of that backhand side.
There again, we see Samantha's big forehand, a lot of power in the middle.
Just clips the tape with that third.
I like seeing Janssen and Hintz drop though. They've made a few too many errors on their drives and they haven't created much with it, so I like seeing the drop.
Yeah, agreed. Neither of them are really winning points or too much of a threat with those drives, unless maybe they're unwinding the stack. That's a good pull though.
Great opportunity in the middle and unfortunately just missed the backhand. Again, we see that 2E dink out of Samantha Parker, just creating big opportunities.
Yeah, huge pop-up. I think Hannah was almost surprised there. It was around shoulder high, and she just kind of hit a little dink to the corner from that position. It was an awkward shot.
Another big drive out of Samantha. Back to their original game plan. It looks like they're back on track.
Not a good pattern for this team that got away with it. I think that is.
Fortunate net cord for Samantha there.
Yeah, I think that's Samantha's first dink error, if I can remember.
I think you're right.
She might have popped one up, but
Janssen and Hintz get the ball back.
5-8, we got a match.
5-8.
The scoreboard is slightly behind. Should be 5-8.
Yeah, looks like you're right. Samantha looks like she's having a great time out there.
She does. She's smiling like Vicky and David. She's having the time of her life out there. It's a good look. I'm really surprised that Hintz and Janssen are still stacked this way. They had good success the other way.
I agree.
This pattern is whenever Samantha is able to get a ball, she's able to take it over to Hintz's backhand, and that two-handed cut is just sitting there. It's pop-ups, it's misses.
Interesting choice. Every time they've gotten to the kitchen, they're still targeting Samantha.
I don't know if it's targeting, but sometimes Samantha, the best players, what they can do is they can put the ball in positions where it's very, very difficult to change directions. So when Samantha is hitting that rolling cross-court dink, it's so difficult to change directions up the line to Hannah. It's something that Ben Johns does phenomenally. He gets himself involved. He doesn't wait until the other team hits it to them. By putting the ball in certain positions, you can almost guarantee that you're the one getting the next shot.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much of a choice they have with it. All right, we got match point here for Blatt and Parker. All right, we will have match point here for Blatt and Parker. We got.
I have bad bunions. Wish they'd disappear.
Lapiplasty.
Sup, future me, and no bunions. How?
Lapiplasty.
Lapiplasty corrects bunions at the source, meaning you're back in sneakers in weeks.
Lapiplasty.
Weeks! The future of bunion surgery is here. Learn more at lapiplasty.com. Risks include infection, pain, and loss of correction.
I said, BS, show me your tax returns. And he did, and I audited them myself. And yeah, it's an unbelievable charity. They do a great job. What defense?
Oh, great defense, but just
That's
wasn't enough. Samantha just overpowering them.
Good point to end this one. So good match there from Hannah and Samantha. I'm very, very impressed with that team.